Well, good morning and welcome to all of our Polo Line viewers. It's polo time here from Le Lyon and our first game here this afternoon in the British Open Cowdrey Park Gold Cup. Getting down to the nitty-gritty of this tournament as we see the conclusion of the league matches, and this one to be contested between La Dolfina Great Oaks and Park Place. You can see there the stats. Great Oaks unbeaten, played 3, won 3, and Park Place with it all to do here today to qualify, having played 3, won 1 and lost 2. Umpires are out there ready. On the horses, Howard Smith and Tim Bowen. And in the third man chair, with the benefit of the replay, Mr. Jason Dixon. Wonderful setting here in Hollyport, the home, of course, of this Great Oaks team, formerly Le Lyon. Let's have a look at the runners and riders for this one. La Dolfina Great Oaks lining up with Dylan Bacon off a 2-goal handicap at the front. Cian Hall having a really good season, the Englishman there playing at 2. Diego Kavanagh takes the 3 shirt, and at the back we have Adolfo Cambiaso Nieto playing off 9 goals, completing 22 goals. And Park Place, Andre Vorodin is at the front, Juani Britos at 2. Hilario Ochoa takes the 3 shirt, and at the back there's been a change in this team. Park Place selecting to go with Rufino Merlos off a 4-goal handicap, both teams there 22 goals. There we have the umpires, just to confirm. Not sure if that's how you spell Tim Baum, but hey-ho, we'll go with it. He's accompanied by Howard Smith, and Jason Dixon is in the chair here in the scissor lift next to me. Weather conditions dry at the moment. We've had some very unsettled weather here in England over the course of the last week, 10 days. Not much of a summer to write home about. But it looks dry at the moment, despite the fact that there's lots of grey clouds circling around this wonderful polo field here in Hollyport. We hope we're going to stay dry for this 6-chukker contest, but you never know. There is a breeze. In fact, there's quite a strong wind coming down from the right-hand side of the field as we look from the commentary position. So penalty taking will be easier at the scoreboard end of the field, no doubt. It looks like the wind's straight up and down the field here. And going into the wind on that end of the field for penalties is going to be a little bit of a struggle. Looks like we've got 8 players, 2 umpires and a ball. We're ready to go here. Oh, maybe not. Howard Smith just making his way up to the Park Place camp in the corner of the field with a message. Maybe something to do with the positioning of the grooms behind the back line, perhaps. But there will be a delay to the start of this match. Gives me an opportunity to discuss these two teams and their results thus far in this British Open. As I said, La Dolfina Great Oaks played 3, won 3. They have effectively qualified. They beat La Dolfina Muros Sanctos 10-7. They had a victory, very convincing victory that is, isn't it, over UAE, 11 goals to 6. And a surprising scoreline there. And they also beat Green Gates 16-11 here at Le Lyon, which of course is their home field. And familiar surroundings here for the Great Oaks team. Park Place, well, they've had a slightly different tournament thus far. Played 3, won 1, lost 2. They beat Green Gates 12-11, but they lost to UAE 9-13, and they also lost to La Dolfina Muros Sanctos by the score of 10 goals to 7. So Park Place needing a victory here to go any further in this tournament. The conclusion of the league games today, there's 2 games down at Cowdrey this afternoon. On the lawns will be Green Gates versus UAE, and then the 4 p.m. match will be contested between White Crane and Valhalla. And interesting stuff all round there because, Green Gates have played 3, won 1, lost 2. UAE won 2, lost 1. They're head-to-head at 1 p.m. And then White Crane have played 3, won 1, lost 2. And Valhalla, who have been perhaps the surprise package of this tournament with 2 victories and 1 loss. So all to play for this afternoon for the conclusion of these leagues. And all teams hungry to qualify for the quarterfinals. Looks like we're set and the ball's in play here. Who's got possession? Picked up by Poroto. Cambiasso. Shown a little bit too much of that. That's a nice backhander. Vorodin is turned sharply here. And Andre Vorodin looking for the cut shot. Didn't quite get bat on ball. That one's been turned around the corner, but not very far. Kian Hall will drop in on this. And goes across the field and up over the halfway line. Tries to punch it back into the path of Poroto. Reaching out there. Couldn't quite get anything on it. He's got some support, though. Flying through there is Kian. Ball stolen back. And an appeal there. And, first whistle of the game. Tim Bowen looking straight down the line there. The Whites are appealing. It was Diego Kavanagh with his stick raised after some good work from Kian Hall. And the umpires are marching down towards the Park Place goal. And it looks like it's going to be a close-range penalty here in favour of Great Oaks. Well, Poroto just questioning the position of the penalty. And in fact, he's absolutely right. The ball was placed on the wrong spot. Slightly confusing, in all fairness to the umpires. We've got the 20-yard marker that's come into polo, which sometimes causes a little bit of confusion with the marking of the field. Anyway, here come Great Oaks to open the scoring here. Kavanagh strokes it through, and he's got the score. And the Whites go 1-0. Not the start that Park Place wanted or, of course, needed. They have to win this match, remember. Back to the centre on the stable side of the field here at this wonderful facility that was developed by Joe Gottchalk and Lelion. Of course, Nicky Evans, fundamental part of that. And it really is a lovely polo facility here with a great field. Here comes the white shirts once again. Lovely play. And picked out of the air here by Kavanagh. And he's on the march and he's gone beyond his man. Ochoa trying to get back in defence. Gets the ride-off in. And Juan Britos will just drop in behind his teammate and pick up possession here. He's deep inside his own half. And he's attracted the attentions here of Kian Hall. Kian comes in with a ride-off there on Britos. A little bit of a tussle on the boards. And Hall, invariably a real thorn in the side of any opponent. He hustles and battles for absolutely every blade of grass out there, and he's done a pretty good job. But the Blues still have it here, and Juan Britos. Britos up towards the halfway line, nudging that one down forward, trying to get some protection there from Vorodin. It's Britos opening up and then punching it downfield, and he's looking here for the advancing Rufino Merlos. Merlos goes to the persuader, but he's been pushed out of the way, eased out of the way there by Cambiasso, as you would expect with all the horsepower that he possesses. And it's Poroto turning the corner here and dropping in on that little short open backhand pass. Poroto Cambiasso up to the halfway line. Still working this one systematically downfield. A swing and a couple of swipes coming in there from Merlos, but he couldn't do much about the attack. And the attack continues here in the form of Diego Kavanagh. Kavanagh now downfield, sets himself. Little wristy shot forward there as he tried to drag that down into a shooting position, but he's lost control. Merlos comes in with a ride-off. Open backhander from Ochoa. First to surface will be Poroto, and he glances over both shoulders, not once but twice. He sees that he's got Vorodin and Britos there and goes for the open backhand pass. Nice little open pass infield, and it's Kavanagh who goes from range. Kavanagh, is it going? It's going, saved on the line. Lovely open backhander there by Rufino Merlos, but Poroto is there once again, and it's another wave of attack coming in here from Great Oaks. And, can Park Place hold out? That's the shot. Oh, plucked out of the air by Merlos. Brilliant save in the end, because that looked like it was goal-bound all the way as the shot came in from Poroto Cambiasso. Rufino Merlos with a nice bit of skill out of the air, and he's nudged that one round the post. So it's going to be a corner. Ball's been plonked down on the 60-yard line. It will be pretty close to that right-hand post. Probably 5 or 6 yards from the centre of the goal, so the angle not an issue here at all. Cian Hall's teed the ball up in the absence of his teammate who is changing, and it's going to be Porotto Cambiasso circling around here looking to try and double up on this lead that Great Oaks currently have. He's looking for 2-0. Couple of practice swings here from Porotto. Wind assisted. Oh, he just needed the height. Is it straight? No, not the penalty he was looking for. That's the good end of the field for penalties as far as I'm concerned, with the wind coming straight down the field, but he didn't get the elevation he wanted, and he's pushed it wide to the right. So, ball back in play. Here comes Ulloa. Couple of taps here from Hilario. Britos tucked in behind. Hilario just waiting for the space to open up, and he's gone beyond his man, and he's put that mare through her paces, and he's coming through the gears here. Up to the halfway line. Ulloa. Britos has gone. Britos is not the inside of the field, but has he got the horse to get past Porotto Cambiasso? Juan Britos is in. Good hook coming in there. Really good hook from Diego Cavanagh, and he's left the ball for Porotto. Porotto with a contact there on Merlos. Spins the corner and brings it back in field. They're appealing for the foul, but doesn't look like there's anything there for Rufino Merlos as Porotto Cambiasso opens up. He's gone to try and return the favour there. Back towards Wall. Cavanagh almost came out of the saddle there. Picked up nicely here by Merlos. Rufino under his pony's neck. This is close, but is it leaking out to the right-hand side? It's very close to that right-hand goalpost. Back in defence goes Porotto. Cambiasso takes the hook. Was he a little bit casual? Play will continue as that one fizzes across the face of goal, and it's been picked up here by Cian Hall. End-to-end stuff here from both teams. Brilliant stuff here in the British Open. As Great Oaks are on the march once again, and they're up over the halfway line. Scrambling back in defence, there comes Hilario Ulloa, but the ball's been left here and the Whites are still on the march. Britos, will he be able to get on that? Yes, he can. A little check and he eases onto the line of the ball. Spins the corner. And they've all come to a bit of a grinding halt, and possession is up for grabs. There's a mad scrap here with sticks flying in from everywhere, but the Whites still have it. Nicely worked around the corner. This is very, very good. Brilliant stuff. Look at that. Diego Cavanagh has got the score, and he has doubled up the lead here for the Whites. They go 2-0. We're back to the centre. Not the start the Blues wanted. Backhander. Merlos trying to release a teammate. But the Whites have got it. Ulloa flying through. He wanted the whistle there. He thought that the White player had missed the ball and spun around in front of him. But the umpires have obviously got enough distance and enough of a touch there to allow play to continue. Here comes Britos. He's gone around everyone. Coming through at pace here and bringing this one across the field. Here is Juan Britos, but a little miscontrol there. Porotto comes in. Big crunching ride off. And an appeal there for the reach, but play will continue here in the form of Rufino Merlos. Merlos over the top of the play. Cian Hall now will open the backhander out towards the turning Cambiasso, but he's going to be beaten to the ball here by Juan Britos. Britos round the corner on the near side. Takes the contact there from Porotto. And Porotto's stolen the ball back here for Great Oaks. And these are dangerous moments you would feel for Park Place, because they certainly don't want to go too many behind to this White team who seem to be absolutely in sync, don't they? Cambiasso nudging that one out to the left-hand side. He's got a little bit of protection there from his teammate. Really good work from both Dylan and Diego Cavanagh, and that's given him the shooting opportunity. And the hook came in from Hilario. A cry of anguish from Ulloa as the whistle goes on that hook. Umpires once again very well positioned. Let's see what they come up with here. And Hilario just remonstrating there with the umpires, as you can see. Park Place number 3. But it is a short-range penalty. It's going to be a penalty too. And a golden opportunity here for this La Dolfina Great Oaks team, who are having a super season, aren't they? narrowly beaten in the Queen's Cup final, on song here in the Gold Cup. And this to go 3-0 early doors. Diego. Kavanagh comes in at walk, strokes it through. The goal judge likes it, and so do Great Oaks and all of their fans, because here in the first chukker, they've opened up a 3-goal advantage over Park Place. It's 3-0. And there's the hooter. There will be no further action in this first chukker. The players nipping off to change, and the Blues are going to have to go and have a chat here, because I know it's still early in the match, but they have not troubled the scorer in this first chukker, and they are behind against an ominous side here, the white shirts of Great Oaks. Well, welcome back, Polo Liners. Welcome back to this British Open Gold Cup match here, as we see the horses for this chukker just coming up across the bottom of your screens. Park Place down in their camp there, well, they'll be slightly nervous about the start that not just themselves but also their opponents have had here. Rufino Merlos on board. There's Cian Hall, the number 2 in the white shirt, having a feisty first chukker. Dylan Bacon riding Burra. Cian Hall on Julieta. Diego Kavanagh Aqua. And Poroto riding Solari. Those are the ponies for the Great Oaks team here at the start of this second chukker. As we see images there of Tim Bowen and Poroto Cambiaso. Juan Britos and Borodin just creeping into the bottom of your screen. Well, the Blues have really got to come out of the traps here in the second and stop the rot. They've been blitzed here early doors. Ball's back in play. Cian. Hook coming in there by Hilario Ochoa, but Cian Hall's done pretty well here to retain possession, and he's found something through the pack of players, and it's been picked up nicely here by Dylan. Kavanagh comes flying through. He can't get the measure of the treasure. Poroto is there. He's gone past the stick of Vorodin and then tries to smash that one downfield. Oh, and Cian Hall was wise to that right-hand turn, wasn't he? It was Juan Britos who jumped in and tried to turn the ball right out of defence. Let's have another look at it. Poroto goes for that deep under the neck shot, and there's Cian directly behind him, and it was a whistle. It's gone in favour of the Blues. Now, they may well have penalised the follow-through and the swing of Poroto Cambiaso there, and I think they have. He was in contact, had a player to his left, and he went for that deep under the neck shot. Hard to see from here, but potentially a little bit reckless, and the penalty's gone in favour of Park Place. Britos out to the left-hand side looking for Hilario. Ulloa, challenged there by Cambiasso. Up to the halfway line go Park Place. They need the next goal, you would feel, just to settle the nerves and get something going. That one's been launched high and long, and there's someone on the end of this. It's Merlos breaking through. It's Merlos who's gone beyond the last line of defence. He's got away there from Kian Hall. Kian Hall with a last bit of desperate defence. He's flicked it off the goal line, and play will continue here, and the Whites have escaped. Hilario fakes the backhander and brings it forward, but he's got crunched out of the way there. Big ride-off coming in from Diego Cavana. Juan Britos will pick it up now for Park Place, and then a lovely cut shot down towards Merlos. Merlos may have to go for the open backhand here. He's out to the left-hand side. In fact, he's put the brakes on, taken the hook, but he's left the ball behind. Perotto picking up the loose play and sweeping it across the field and away from danger. Cambiasso puts the brakes on. Attracts the attention of Britos, and Britos looks like he's got the jump on Cambiasso here, and he's gone past him. Britos working it through the traffic, and really good steal and great work by Juan Britos, and he may well have earned his side a penalty here, just what Park Place needed. The ball's been dropped down on the penalty 2 mark. It's going to be a 30-yard open goal, and the perfect opportunity for Hilario Ulloa to open the Blues' account. Timban calls play. It will be Ulloa. Britos has changed his pony. Hilario has stayed on his, and he's circling around on this very comfortable-looking little mare. And he is, of course, only 30 yards away from the goal. Nothing the Whites can do to try and stop this. It's an open goal penalty, and 3-1 is pending, you would assume. Good strike, and the flag is raised, and indeed the Blues opening up the scoring for themselves here early doors in the second. It's 3-1. The umpire's on the 25-second count. Everyone's ready. Oh, was Kian a bit early there? Was Kian too early? He's going to be penalised here, you know. So what the umpires are looking for on those throw-ins, they want a clear channel. They don't want any contact with the horses before the ball is rolled in. They do the 25-second count. That's allowing players who may change after the goal to get back in time. If they aren't back in time after 24 seconds, they will be rolling the ball in. But if someone jumps across that line and gets a little bit too impatient, there was contact and definite movement from Kian Hall. That's what they penalised, and it's a penalty 5, spot hit in favour of Park Place. A chance here to try and get another one and go back-to-back. That one's gone long. Hall is back in defence, but that could well be wide and across the back line, and indeed it is. Score remains 3-1. Park Place not capitalising on that gift from Kian Hall. Perotto drops in behind Cavana and takes responsibility from the back line. Cuts a little pass out towards Diego. Cavana coming through. Tries to outrun Hilario Ulloa, and Ulloa's done well. Was up for that and ready for that little burst of pace from Cavana. Got the ride-off in and has turned the corner. Good stuff here from Ulloa. And he's caned that one out to the right-hand side. It's not the pass that he was looking for. Merlos trying to get online, but is he going to get there? No, he's not. He can't get in. Whites are appealing for the foul, and it was Kian Hall who was well positioned. Merlos came in and decided to turn right on that. Both umpires blowing their whistles simultaneously. It's going to be a spot hit penalty 5 in favour of the Whites. Perotto takes a tap. Ulloa goes to him. Cavana breaks out to the left. Oof, Dylan Bacon's horse has gone into reverse and doesn't seem to want to know. He's got it going forward now. It's a slightly wobbly moment there for Dylan, but he's okay. He's up and running, and look at that. That's a nice little touch there from Cavana, and he may well have spotted that Bacon has got some pace here. He's got Vorodin, and Andrei Vorodin's done very well in defence here. Can he find the shot? He's got the measure of the treasure. He's coming across the field. He needs to get bat on ball again, and he does. He's done really well here, the number 1 for Park Place. Got some support now. Here's the cavalry in the form of Juan Britos. Britos switching to the near side, complicating it slightly. He's done well. He's danced away from Cambiasso and Kavanagh, but he's shown too much of that to Porotto, and Porotto is going across the field. Big hook coming in there from Rufino. Little backhander from Britos. The whites are still there, or are they? Whistle gone as Hilario Shoa looked like he was well set, and he had his stick raised. It was Diego Kavanagh that came in. Just a question of where they're going to the 5B on this one. And Park Place will have an opportunity to relieve the pressure and try and get themselves back on that scoreboard. Still trailing by 2. It's 3-1. Ooh, another whistle. And that would suggest that somebody said the wrong thing at the wrong time. And indeed they have. So the 5B is moving downfield. It looked like it was Cambiasso with a little bit of lip. And it's going to be a penalty 4. So from deep inside their own half, the Whites have conceded a penalty 4, 60-yard attempt. And, well, if this goes over, the Blues will count their lucky stars because although they've been better in this second chukker, they've certainly been second best in this match. And if they could convert this, they'll be trailing by just 1. Hilario. Couple of big practice swings. Coming in off a long one. Pony looks very comfy, doesn't it? Ushoa. Wind assisted. Needs the height. It's low. It's not the contact he was looking for, and it's left. And it's a poor penalty, you have to say. Borodin did his best to try and get bat on ball and direct it back towards goal, but not what the doctor ordered. Cambiasso, having got away with that little bit of chat to the umpire, launches that one. It's gone very, very high. Kian Hall just looking up into the sky, and he's plucked a beauty out of the air there on the one bounce. Kian Hall on the near side. Under pressure here from Juan Britos. Britos looks like he's got the ride-off in, and he's going to just ease the pony back to himself. He's still under pressure here from Kian Hall, as you'd expect. Kian not giving up on anything. Kian, snapshot towards goal as he got it. Whoa, what a chance. Britos with a miss-hit. It deflected. Glancing hit into the pony, and the rump of the pony of Kian Hall fell very nicely for Kian, and he had a pop at goal under the neck, just wide. Park Place. Out towards Britos from Ushoa. Merlos screaming for the ball and going hard and fast is Rufino Merlos. Merlos is in here. Kian Hall tracks him. Merlos goes for goal. Has he got the angle? I don't think he has. He's left it out to the right-hand side. And, well, the Blues are going to have to start taking some of these chances. They've had plenty in this second chukker, to be fair. They've been an awful lot better than they were in the first chukker, where they got blitzed a little bit. And they have joined the party here in the second, but still trailing by 2. Porotto. Good contact from Merlos. But Porotto happy to just leave the ball here for Diego. Kavanagh, not sure whether to go left or right. He's tried to go down towards Dylan Bacon, but didn't get much on that. Dylan's coming in. Oh, I thought he was going to come in on the head-to-head, but he didn't fancy it. Rufino, hooked out of it there by Porotto. Backed up here by Hilario. Hilario just plucking the ball out of the air and trying to set something up here for Park Place. He's going to try and take Cambiasso on, and that would appear to have been a mistake. Cambiasso with hook, and then the ball. Didn't quite get enough on the backhander to find Diego Kavanagh, who was gone. Had the pass been good, and it's fallen into the path here of Hilario Shoa. A little show and go from him as he goes past Kian Hall. It's Ushoa looking for the under-the-neck shot down towards goal. This looks close to me. It's Ushoa from range. Has he got it? Oh, that's brilliant. Hilario on the march, danced past a couple of players, set himself, and he's absolutely smashed that one through. And he has indeed, in the process, dragged Park Place back into this match. They trail by just 1. It's 3-2. The hooter's gone. And a really good second chukker by the blue shirts of Park Place, who joined the party a little bit late. They were slow out of the blocks in the first. They trailed by 3, but they've scored 2 unanswered goals in the second chukker. And currently here at Le Lyon, it's 3-2 in favour of the Whites. Welcome back, Polo Liners. More shots from the Park Place camp, and they'll be feeling an awful lot better about life, won't they? After that really good second chukker from them, as we see images of Dylan Bacon warming up his pony. Dylan riding Panamena. Kian Hall coming out on 747. And Poroto will be riding Lily for the start of this third chukker. Rufino getting some instructions down there in the Park Place corner. Have been using Colo Gonzalez, of course, but Rufino Merlos getting the nod. There's Poroto just having a chat with Howard and questioning, I'm assuming he was questioning why the 5B when he got technicaled. You know, these umpires don't make it up. There's a system, there's a thought process, and they're always looking at who is heading in which direction, whether there's a man over for a pass, whether it's a deliberate or cynical foul, the direction of play, whether it's a positive play, the position on the field. There's an awful lot to factor in, and the umpires on that occasion giving a 5B, and I'm assuming that's what Poroto didn't like, and he made his thoughts clear, the umpires then making their thoughts clear with the whistle. But the penalty 4 was missed. We're back in play. Cambiasso from the back of the pack here on Lily on the Grey. Just easing his way through the traffic there, Poroto. Takes the contact with Rufino. Still Cambiasso weaving left and then back right and then finding a little bit of space. Overplayed it slightly. He needs some support here in the form of Kian Hall. That's a good backhander. Good work from Merlos. Juan Britos. And Britos has found an absolute beauty of a near side shot, and he's put Hilario in here. Hilario having to check as that one just a little bit too close to the boards. He tried to return the favour there towards Juan Britos, but didn't quite get enough on that. Turning sharply here is Cambiasso. Cambiasso up over the halfway line here for Great Oaks. It's Cambiasso on the grey. Merlos comes across. Big crunching ride-off. Beautifully timed there by Rufino Merlos. Merlos has left the ball here for Ulloa. Ulloa, the captain here for Park Place, trying to work this one away from the traffic. Britos tucks in behind and picks it up now. It's all a bit slow and a bit grubby, but Park Place, it's been hit into his own teammate, and the ball's fallen very nicely here for Cian Hall. Cian Hall there after a little miscommunication there between Rufino Merlos, and Cian Hall has converted the goal, and he's opened up a 2-goal advantage again here. It's 4-2 in favour of Great Oaks. Well, it looked like Hilario and Rufino were not on the same page there, and the ball popped into the path of the ever-ready Cian Hall, and Cian took his chance nicely. So back to the centre, and the 2-goal cushion is restored here for the white shirts of Great Oaks. Who's got it? Rufino, challenged there by Cambiasso, who seems to be here, there and everywhere on this grey mare. Lily performing very nicely indeed. Oh, he left that. Did he leave that there for his teammate? Not sure. Merlos will get on the end of this pass. Takes the hook. Gets away from Bacon. Picked up here by Britos. Britos goes under his pony's neck there on the near side of his pony, but didn't get the contact. Cian turning in field. Oh, turned into the path of Hilario, who was waiting for that. Desperate defence here from the whites. Porotto, but it's still... Oh, Porotto with how did he get round the corner there and come in on the head-to-head? Quick as a flash, but there's a whistle. Well. Another technical. Hilario potentially this time, although I didn't hear it. It might well have been Hilario Ulloa with too much to say. Extraordinary work there from the grey mare of Cambiasso. Came around the corner and came in on the head-to-head when it looked like Ulloa was in control. The penalty's gone from the centre of the field. It's going to be a 5B here to Great Oaks. Cambiasso having changed. Takes a tap and then goes long and left. Kavanagh coming through at pace. Sets himself, goes for the first time. Well, that looks like it's gone pretty straight. And into the hedgerow behind the grooms there. Way off target in the end. A miss-hit there from Diego Kavanagh. And possession will go back to Park Place here from their own back line. Play is called, and he's tried to take them off guard. They weren't quite ready there. Scrambled defence here for the white shirts of Great Oaks. Hilario, he's left the ball behind. Porotto in before Britos. Trying to scrape the ball off the boards, and he's brought it around the corner and infield. Decides to turn around to the right-hand side. Plenty of space and time here for Cambiasso to make his play. Dancing out to the right-hand side comes Porotto. Going to try and take on Hilario Ulloa, who took a little bit of a block there from, oh, look at that from Cian Hall. Brilliant stuff, and he's gone past Hilario. Cian is absolutely on fire here early doors in this match. Hall goes for goal. He's out to the left-hand side. Merlos is in, and Merlos will sweep that one away from the danger zone and out to the far side of the field. Rufino putting the brakes on, sets himself, goes for the next shot, trying to get that down towards Hilario. And he's done really well, young Merlos there. He's found Hilario Ulloa. Ulloa now being tracked there by not one but two Great Oaks players. Cian. Kavanagh's done well. Hall is tucked in behind. The Blues are called out of it. And that one's gone down towards Bacon. Bacon with a big ride-off there on Britos, but Britos gets the near side backhander in. Vorodin leaves it there for Ulloa. Ulloa is hooked out of it by Cambiasso. Flying through there is Merlos, but Cian Hall once again with some really good work. He's taken the hook there on Rufino Merlos, who goes flying through, and it's Cian Hall hooked out of it. Near side backhander opened up there by Merlos, but first to surface is a man in a white shirt because Vorodin can't get across there, and it's going to be Kavanagh. Nice little turn here from Diego. Sets himself, goes for goal. Looks like it's out to the left. No, Merlos is pushing hard. It may well be on target, this. Merlos, near side backhander, doesn't get much on it. And the whites will be there to come in head-to-head and smash it across the line. It's 5-2. And finally, the pressure has told on Park Place and they've conceded again. Well, there's Merlos' backhander. And it was a bit straight and a bit short, wasn't it? And they jumped all over it. Changes for Park Place. Ushoa has changed. Britos has changed. As the umpire counts down to the 25 seconds allocated time. Clash of sticks there between Dylan Bacon and Juan Britos. Bacon called off it by Porotto. Porotto now with some space. Good blocking work there by Diego Kavanagh, who's taken Hilario Shoa out of the play not once but twice. Little flick infield by Porotto. Still in possession here. He's been tracked by Juan Britos. Cambiaso. Challenged now by Hilario. And still Cambiaso in possession of the ball. He's gone around the houses and come back infield, and he's trying to take them all on here. Cambiaso with the space. Fizzes that one down towards goal, and he's furious with himself as the ball has gone out to the right-hand side and wide of the target. Knock in to the Blues. Can't be long left in this third chukker. Goes out to the left from Ushoa on the grey. Nice measured pass into the path of Juan Britos. Britos working it back across the field. Ushoa goes to the man and takes Kian Hall out, and that's provided a little bit of space here for Juan Britos. Juan. Behind the pony of Kian Hall, who's working so hard to get to the ball carrier. Britos. And Porotto jumped in front of Hilario there. Howard Smith in the perfect spot to be looking straight down that. And a whistle from Smith as he marches his way down towards the Great Oaks goal. It's going to be a penalty in favour of the Blues and an opportunity here in what must be the dying embers of this third chukker, and an opportunity for the Blues to get another one on the scoreboard. Ball's been plonked down on the 40-yard mark. Penalty 3. I wonder if it's going to be Britos this time. Ushoa with a couple of poor penalties at the other end of the field. And it is indeed Juan Britos who has been given the nod here on the bay pony. Circling around the number 2 for Park Place. Can he slot this 40-yarder? They really need this, you would feel, just before half-time. Britos. Good contact. Is it straight? No, it's not. Seemed to squirt off the face of the stick out to the right. Said it was good contact. Initially it looked like it, but in the end the ball did not go that far, and it certainly didn't go straight. And that will be the final action of the third chukker. A real let-off, you would feel, for Great Oaks. And a body blow to Park Place, who had a golden opportunity there to claw a goal back. But at half-time here, it is La Dolfina Great Oaks with the 3-goal advantage. They lead the match 5-2.
Yeah, it's a big relief. I was a bit worried at one point in the match when we went down by 2 goals, but I had full faith in our team, and I knew we'd fight back. So, yeah, but it's a bit of a relief to have won. Yes. Yeah, it's very special playing the Gold Cup. Especially, I think I'm the first Indian, someone told me, in about 50 years to play the Gold Cup. And if that is true, I'm even more happy about that. It's been fantastic. Unfortunately, we lost our first 2 games, but this win is a win we really needed. It's put us back in the reckoning for the tournament, and I'm looking forward to the next game. No, we're surrounded by great players, yes. Pablo Jaureche, who's been an old friend of mine and also been instrumental in getting the team together. I think him and I talked about it for a while, and I'm really happy that we put together a really young and dynamic team who's raring to go. Yeah, they're very passionate and determined, yes. So Sujan is actually my great-great-grandfather, and he started a company back in the day in 1881, and I still use that name for our company, which is a Positive Impact Safari company. So that's the primary sponsor of the team as well. And Indian tigers, we're passionate about tigers. I've grown up with wild tigers, and we work in conservation as well. So, you know, for us, the tiger is a symbol of the earth and of strength and power, and also of all that is good about our country as well. This year we played the whole high goal season in the UK. We hope to do it again next year. I'm also hoping to play a little bit in Argentina and maybe even a little bit in America. But you know, India is also home, and I hope to play the Indian Open and the Northern India Open again in February next year.
Perez beaten by the bounce of the ball. The danger's still there. This could be the final chance of this chucker. Del Carril sends it up towards the goal. It's going to go. And what a score by Del Carril.
Yeah, that was lovely. That was really nice.
Straight to Pelon, picked it up well, nice pick up and attack here. Pelon wasting no time, turning on the gas and getting over the halfway line, pushing forward. Bartos racing back in defence, but he straightened it up here for a half swing finish. Pelon, Sterling, the 9-goaler, does it again for Fern Park. Pelon's very, very strong at these moments in the short plays in front of the goal. Magoo's got a chance to take a shot. Does shoot, it's cleared off the line. Wow, what a save. Who was it? Al-Bawadi.
Yeah, so we have the Ladies British Open here. I think it begins beginning of June until the 20th of, beginning of July until the 20th of July. Super excited to be playing here again down in Calgary. I think it's an incredible opportunity to have the British Open at 22 goals in line with the US Open and other big tournaments around the world. So hopefully there'll be lots of teams entering, super competitive, and it will be a good step and a lot of progress for ladies polo.
So hard. He's very fit, athlete Hilario, and this is where in a game like this, fitness will make a difference at the last stages here, where he's just made a beautiful pass up to Borodin up at the front. Borodin now hits a good shot there. Oh my word, Andre Borodin. Can he finish it off? He has done. Wow, big goal for Andre Borodin at just the right time.
Well, welcome back, Polo Liners. Welcome back live and direct from Le Lion Polo Field here in Hollyport. As you see a plane taking off into the distance. We're not far from Heathrow Airport, just southwest of London. Match stats. La Dolfina Great Oaks. Gratox. Field goals 3-1 in their favour. Throw-ins 5-2. Also shaded by the Whites. Fouls committed 5-4. 2 out of 2 from the penalty spot for Great Oaks. And, well, Park Place 1 from 3. They missed a 40, which was a real body blow, you would have thought, there at the end of that third chukker. Great opportunity for them to have got back within sort of touching distance after a fairly dominant first half from La Dolfina Great Oaks. Juan Britos riding Castle. Hilario just warming up there with a couple of practice swings. They need to come out of the traps. Diego Kavanagh having a good match thus far. Dylan Bacon is riding Remolacha. Great name. Diego Kavanagh on Rumi. And Santida for Porroto Cambiasso. We've had some messages come in from some of our Polo Line TV viewers. Victoria Belgrano is in Buenos Aires, and she says, Vamos Park Place. She's a Park Place fan, and she wants them to start performing here in the second half of this match. We've also heard from Joe Kamau. Joe is down in Nairobi. He's tuned in live from a cold and gloomy Nairobi, Kenya. And he says, awesome commentary. Can't wait to get there next week. I have to pay him to say that. Thanks, Joe. Good to hear from you, mate. That one's been punched down towards Dylan Bacon, and Bacon's found a little pass through the traffic and into the path here of Kieran Hall. It's Kieran Hall here. Oh, he's left it behind. What a chance that was. Good defence from Ushoa, who put the brakes on and then punched it across the field. But in the end, he's conceded the corner. The whistle has gone. And it's going to be an opportunity here for Porroto Cambiasso from 60 yards to try and put number 6 up on the scoreboard here. Early doors in the fourth. It's just starting to rain here Weather's been horrific, to be fair, the last 10 days. Absolutely horrific. And it looks like we're going to get wet again. Ball's being teed up by Senor Cambiaso. Wind assisted. Just needs to get a little bit of loft on this, a nice contact. And the wind will do the rest. Doesn't need to hit it too hard. It's low again. And it's been half stopped there by Juan Britos. Ulloa from his own goal line. Couple of little windmill shots, and he's eventually got the ball out and away from the danger zone. Hilario being pressured by Kavanagh and Bacon. Little flick round the corner towards Juan Britos. Britos back into the path of Ulloa. And he's got the jump on Cian Hall, takes the contact and nudges it down the boards on the near side. Hall comes back with an open backhander into the path of Porotto. Porotto couldn't get bat on ball, nor too could Diego Kavanagh. And the Blues have got it back here. Down the boards. Into the path of Rufino Merlos. Merlos on the near side doesn't get the shot that he wanted. All a little bit scrappy, this passage of play. Porotto with some space. Opens up. Cambiaso goes long. Nice drive into the path of Cian Hall. Vorodin back in defence, but the ball is hopping around there like a cat on a hot tin roof, and he's over the top of the play. So too is Merlos, and it's right in front of the goal, and it's been crunched through the goal by Diego Kavanagh, who surely wasn't going to miss from there. And a real blow after they saved the 60 that was a bit of a worm burner from Cambiaso. They have conceded here, Park Place, and they've gone 4 goals down in the fourth. It's 6-2. We're back in play. Howard Smith with a good throw straight down the centre. Hilario, quite sure what he's appealing for there. A loud appeal from Ulloa. The umpires aren't buying it. And play will continue here. Merlos leaves the ball for Ulloa. His tail backhander is picked up here by Britos after a miscontrol by Cambiaso. Britos on the near side. Flicks it around the corner and away from Cian Hall. Hilario back into the traffic. Still in possession here. Ulloa. Got to score next, the Blues. Surely they need at least 2 unanswered goals, preferably 3 to get themselves back into this match. Rufino. Little show and go has gone past his man. Good work by Rufino Merlos, who's gone past Kavanagh. It's still Rufino sweeping this one inside the 30-yard line. Massive ride-off and a brilliant backhander coming in from Cian Hall, who has been so lively here this morning. Brilliant stuff by the Englishman playing at number 2 for Great Oaks. Under his pony's neck goes Cambiaso out towards Kavanagh. Diego putting the brakes on, trying to escape the attentions here of Hilario. And he's found a little bobbled pass up over the halfway line and into the path of Porotto Cambiaso. Cambiaso opens up and fires a nice one under his pony's neck. Where's this one going? It's close. Oh, he's hit the post. It's really close. Cian Hall is there, but it's off the post and across the back line and out of play. And there'll be a whole host of changes. In fact, 6 players at least have gone to change. And, well, I can hear Hilario is remonstrating there with the umpires and asking them why they've blown the whistle. He wanted to take a quick one. He didn't have any support. It was him on his own, but he was still out on the field. Swing and a miss on the backhander from Diego Kavanagh. Rufino Merlos will pick this one up and comes up with a nice lofted crunch drive down into the 60-yard line. Kavanagh, a couple of glances over the shoulder. He'll see that he's got plenty of time and space to put the brakes on and work this one around the corner and retain possession. A missed control from Kavanagh. Merlos comes in. Stick raised and Merlos on line there as Porotto Cambiaso came in and tried to nick the ball out from underneath him. The umpires didn't like it and the whistle has gone here. It's 6-2, but an opportunity surely here for Park Place. Here's the replay. Porotto, who seems to like that play where he can just come in and steal the ball off anyone. He's got so much horse underneath him all the time. Invariably gets away with it because his acceleration and speed is so good. But on that occasion, the distance wasn't good. At that angle, it was all too tight, and the umpire's whistle has gone. And it is a penalty 40-yard attempt here, being teed up at the moment by Hilario Ulloa. He's going to resume the penalty duties here. They really haven't had much joy from the penalty spot, have they, the Blues? Hilario missing down at this end of the field. Then he passed the 40 at the top end to Juan Britos at the end of the third. That was also pushed wide. And they need to score this one, you feel. Here comes Hilario from 40 yards. It's low, it's stoppable, and it has been stopped. And, well, what's happened there? Has he come through the goal? Surely not. Did he come out early? The whistle has stopped the clock here. Tim Bowen is pointing. Going to be a retake. It's going to be a retake. So potentially a let-off here for Park Place. Ulloa teeing the ball up. Merlos comes across. They only allow one player to tee the ball up. You can't have two sticks on it. Merlos walking away now. Hilario certainly taking all of the allocated time. But he's got the ball sitting where he wants it now. And well, he hasn't got a penalty off the ground yet. Extraordinary. Surely this time. In fact, this one is good. A good strike. And it is high. And there's a round of applause and a hoot on a car horn from the Park Place corner of the field. They're back on the scoreboard here. And they trail 6-3. Ball's back in play. Clash of sticks. Picked up by Hall, who's been lively. Cian Hall's got the jump there on Rufino Merlos, and he's punched a nice one downfield. It's Bacon. Bacon allowing Hall to come through on this. Merlos comes in with a counter right off, but Cian Hall has smashed it through. Brilliant stuff for the number 2 from Great Oaks, who has been on fire here in this match, and he has restored that advantage. It's 7-3. Ooh, Cian. Just on a bit of a twisty-turny pony there. Proto from the back of the pack. Tries to take on Hilario. Ulloa comes in with not the cleanest of hooks, but play will continue. He's scrapping away for everything. Proto. Rufino Merlos nudged out of the way. Diego Cavan, and the ball's fallen nicely for a turning Cambiasso. Cambiasso takes a hook there on Merlos and then finds a little threaded pass through towards his teammate, but Merlos has done well. He waited and got the hook there on Kavanagh. Turning the play here will be Hilario. Hilario looking to nudge this one up over the halfway line. Merlos is downfield, being tracked by Bacon. And Britos is the option. Britos on the inside of the field. This is good from Park Place. Juan Britos needs to finish this off. He's missed it. Well, it was nicely worked. Good from Merlos in defence. Good from Ulloa. And he found the pass. It was the right pass. But Juan Britos could not get enough cut on that, and he couldn't get it back towards goal. And these are the chances the Blues quite simply have to be taking. 7-3. Poroto goes past his man with ease. Cambiasso leaving Merlos in his wake, and he's found one down towards Dylan. Dylan Bacon now in here for Great Oaks. Goes for the contact. Whoa. Well, Dylan made a bit of a meal of that, in fairness. he could have gone to the ball by my reckoning on the offside and not taken the contact with Britos, but he decided to check, took Juan Britos out of the play, and then drifted back from quite a wide position, and there was a blue player established behind him. Well, that horn can't be right because the whistle had gone, so can't be Chaka because the ball was dead when the hooter went. So it will be 6 seconds remaining. I can hear Jason Dixon. It is windy, to be fair. Maybe they didn't hear the whistle, although they should have heard the whistle. The wind is going in that direction. But we've got 6 or 7 seconds remaining until the first bell. We will play that out. It is a penalty 5. They're deep inside their own half here, and it will be Hilario Shoa looking to try and snatch a goal back here before the end of the fourth. Well, Chaka has been called. What do I know? Chaka has been called. It is the end of the Chaka, ladies and gentlemen. It is La Dolfina Great Oaks with the advantage here. 7-3 over Park Place.
Watching horses interact with each other is deeply moving. Their communication is filled with sensitivity, a reminder of how humans could be: sincere, trustworthy, and respectful. When we experience their companionship, we feel an indescribable warmth and connection. It's as if they are teaching us. This inspired Standing Rock, with support from the HPA, to present a trophy to the season's most outstanding team, honoring the core values behind fair play and sportsmanship. It reflects a world where fair play isn't just a rule, but a promise we make to each other about respecting, supporting, and achieving together.
Well, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the start of this fifth Chaka. ¿Estamos en vivo todavía? Ball being teed up here by Hilario after that slight confusion at the end of the fourth. Players' ponies just coming through the bottom of the screen there for the benefit of all of our Polo Line TV viewers tuned in on the live stream. The conclusion of the league matches of this British Open Cowdrey Park Gold Cup. A game here at Le Lyon. And then 2 down at Cowdrey this afternoon as that cut pass goes into the path of Juan Britos. Britos shutting down, working it back towards Kavanagh. And then leaves it here for Hilario. Hilario back towards Juan Britos, who's been trapped by Cambiasso. Very slow here from Park Place. And, well, that was like candy from a baby, wasn't it? Cambiasso on Britos. Read it very easily and had the horsepower to just nudge him out of the way and steal the ball. And it's Cambiasso now coming across the field under his pony's neck comes Porotto. Porotto up over the halfway line. Britos trying to get back on level terms. Porotto's approach shot looks very good to me, and he's got the horse to go around the outside. It's Cambiasso all the way. This could be an absolute ripper by Porotto Cambiasso. Beautifully measured, beautifully done, and he looked like he was in control the whole way round. As soon as he got the ride-off in on Juan Britos and stolen the ball on the near side, it was, well, it looked like a dead cert, didn't it? Field playing beautifully well, and Porotto making it look very easy on the eye. We're back to the centre, and the Blues have a mountain to climb. Kian Hall trying to rub salt into the Park Place wounds here. Hall is over the top of the play, but he's got some support, and it's Porotto punching it down towards goal. It won't quite reach, and Britos has time to go back in defence here, put the brakes on and try and set something up for the blue shirts of Park Place. Deep inside his own half comes Juan Britos on the attack. And a whistle. A little bit of impatience coming in there in the form of Dylan Bacon, who went for that near side backhander. He had someone on his left-hand side. He thought maybe he had gone far enough beyond them. The umpires thought differently, and the whistle has gone, and the ball's been plonked down on the halfway spot here. It's going to be a 5B to the blue shirts of Park Place. Eight-3. And they've got it all to do, haven't they? Hilario having a chat there with his number 2, Senor Britos. What can they come up with here? Hilario taps it forward. He's got Porotto as the primary. He's gone long and left, but, well, it's hit a divot and slowed right down, and just as well, because that was flying out over the back line. Play will continue. Near side play. Oh, and that's nicely done. Very nicely done indeed. And coming away with the ball here is Dylan. Dylan is on the march. Brilliant stuff from Bacon. Eventually hooked out of it by Rufino, but here comes the cavalry. It's Cambiasso taken out by Britos. Bouncing ball will do for Kian Hall, but here in support comes Diego Kavanagh, and Kavanagh came through with a man. Merlos came in on the head-to-head, and surely that's 2-on-1. Well, there's the replay. And at that pace, it was a little bit dicey. Umpires are having a chat. Was there contact? They've gone upstairs to have a chat. And the conclusion is that it's going to be a close-range penalty here in favour of Great Oaks. Well, it's a team that looks like it's clicked all season, isn't it? This white team. Very competitive in the Queen's Cup, of course. Just coming up short. Kavanagh circling around to pop this one across the line. The flag is raised. The goal is good. And the score now, ladies and gentlemen, is 9-3. We're back to the centre. A couple of players just pushing it a little bit with regards to the line and crossing that line, but plays will continue. Cambiasso downfield towards Kavanagh, but it's been returned. Possession is back with Park Place. Here comes Juan Britos working this one downfield. He's been taken out of the play. Possession stolen back by Great Oaks. Oh, and the Blues are in here. Merlos, so he couldn't quite pick that one up on the near side. Got some support here from Hilario. Hilario windmilling his way down the field, but coming up with nothing but fresh air there on the near side of his pony was Ulshoa. Backhander will turn them around. That's Kavanagh. Sweeping that one out towards Kian Hall, but first to surface here will be Rufino. Merlos setting the play and leaving the ball here for Hilario. Hilario told to get on with it. Fizzes that one down towards goal. Back in defence here goes Dylan Bacon. And he's going to watch that ball trickle its way. Just about goes wide. And good judgment in the end from Bacon, who decided to not play the ball and take the knock-in. Cambiasso circling around here with a 6-goal advantage here in the 5th. 9 goals to 3. Porotto. Merlos coming to him now. Park Place desperately trying to get a couple of goals and get some momentum. Good ride-off coming in there from Hilario. He's been tracked and hard pushed by Kavanagh. Cian Hall picks it up. Cian now. Crunches it. It doesn't go very far. Took a little deflection. Merlos thought about coming across there on the near side of his pony, but he couldn't quite get to it. The ball was wedged up against the boards. The Whites still have it. Just come pinging back off the back leg of a pony. And Britos goes for the pass down towards Andrei Vorodin. Vorodin, very little chance there with that ball bouncing around the pass. In fairness, just coming up a little bit short. And the Whites are back in possession here. And it's Diego Kavanagh from range. And Kavanagh has gone across the face of goal and wide to the right. Umpires on the 10-second count because Ulloa has changed his pony. So once they call play, they're going to call 10 seconds for that blue team to get bat on ball and get the ball back live on from the knock-in. And that's straight into the path of Porotto. And Porotto with a cut shot. Oh, and that's just too easy. Porotto Cambiasso was given a gift there by Park Place. And he has cut that one across the line with a good angle. And in doing so, as we look at the replay, he's gone straight past Britos, set himself. Oh, in off the post. Nicely done by Cambiasso. And he brings up number 10. Double figures here for the White Shirts of Great Oaks. It's 10 goals to 3. Well, the Whites having already qualified, don't forget. I was wondering how they were going to approach this game, and, well, they've certainly given us the answer, haven't they? As Ulloa goes near side. Back in defence here for the Whites. Dylan and Diego Kavanagh. Nice work by Dylan Bacon, and Kavanagh picks it up and then punches it downfield. Didn't quite get enough on that to find Porotto, but Porotto coming in, trying to make something of nothing there as he challenges Juan Britos. Britos into the path of the grey pony of Hilario Ulloa. Hilario setting the play up for Park Place. Finds a little pocket of space. Sweeps it under his pony's neck. Shooting opportunity coming up here for Hilario Ulloa. He's gone for the little chip over the top towards goal. Didn't quite get enough on it. That deflected backhander from Bacon has gone across the field. Juan Britos comes in. Britos and Cambiasso with a hefty challenge on the far side of the field. And Cian Hall finds a nice one down into the path of his front runner. It's Diego Kavanagh, the number 3. Kavanagh. Really good adjustment with the pony. Still in possession of the ball. Here is Kavanagh. Flying downfield is Bacon. Bacon wants the pass. There is the pass towards Dylan. Just coming up a little bit short. And Merlos will get bat on ball and stop the attack. Here's Britos. Deep under the next shot. Into the path of Cambiasso. Cambiasso on the near side over the top of the bouncing ball. Picked up by Rufino. Rufino backed up here by Juan Britos. Britos with a shot downfield. And the umpire's whistle has gone. That will be the end of the 5th chukker, ladies and gentlemen. A really big chukker for the White Shirts of Great Oaks. And they find themselves in a really commanding position as we go from 5th to 6th. It's 10 goals to 3 in favour of the Whites. Here's the chucker by Chucker. 3-0 at the end of the first. Park Place with a good second chucker. They clawed a couple back, but they were 5-2 down at half-time, and then 7-3. And look at that. Very dominant fifth chucker. 3 unanswered goals there for Great Oaks. Ball's back in play. Porotto. Backed up by Dylan. Kian's there. So too is Rufino. Rufino on the head-to-head. Nice work here by Merlos. Still going. And he's trying to outrun. Oh, look at that. His helmet's come flying off. It's extraordinary. He's off the field. And there's a bit of a melee, and the whistle's gone. I've never seen that. Hat came flying off the head of Rufino Merlos when he was going down towards goal. Let's have another look at this. This is extraordinary. Whoa. Can you believe it? Well, I've never seen that. I mean, how did the chin strap not save it? Obviously has a fairly loose fitting chin strap. He's just getting some assistance at the moment. Extraordinary. I'm not sure if the umpires had a foul or whether they just blew for the safety of the helmetless Merlos. Looks like it will be a roll-in. Players just congregating around the umpires. We've got a throw-in. Timbound gets us back underway. Porotto round the outside, and he's got the jump on the maul. He's gone past Hilario, and he's going to cruise past Merlos. Here comes Porotto Cambiasso. Miscontrol, but can he get back? Oh, unlucky. Could have got back to that, but the ball just hitting a divot and doing the same there for Hilario, in fairness. And Kavanagh thought he was in. He's been pushed out of the way there, and the ball is left here for Rufino Merlos. Merlos, the number 4 here for Park Place. Good work from the young man as he finds a nice long pass into the path of Juan Britos. Britos putting the brakes on. Deciding he doesn't want to take Cambiasso on, and he's set the play up here for Hilario. Ushoa. Good shot downfield. A little bit left, in fairness. He's overcooked the angle, but Andre looking for a cut shot here. Vorodin down towards goal. Needs another one. And Cambiasso is there to flick that one out towards the boards. Cambiasso here in defence for Great Oaks. Attracting the attentions of Merlos. A little bounce off the ride-off there, and Porotto turns to the right and finds a little pocket of space. Sets himself. Went for the big Hail Mary downfield, didn't get much on it, but he's caned it out to the right-hand side, has managed to pick up possession once again here. Here comes Porotto Cambiasso. Up over the halfway line he goes and into the path here of Kian Hall, but first to surface in defence is Vorodin. Vorodin with a swing and a miss on the backhander, and it's Kian Hall looking for another goal here for the White Shirts. It's Kian Hall up in front of goal, and Kian Hall has not missed anything all day here this afternoon. Wonderful stuff from the Englishman, and he's opened up an even bigger advantage for the White Shirts. They lead here 11 goals to 3. Clash of sticks. Vorodin. Backed up here by Juan Britos. Britos coming around the corner. Being tracked there by Kian Hall and Dylan Bacon. Dylan was appealing for the foul, wanted the reaching foul, but play will continue here. And Britos now, the number 2, working this one forward for Park Place. Can he find the cut shot? Yes, he can. Hilario is in. Hilario will go offside. That's a lovely goal from Juan Britos and Hilario Ochoa. They've got one back here for the blue shirts at Park Place, and they worked it superbly well. So clock ticking down to 3:33 in the 6th. The 6th and final chukker on the conclusion of the league matches here for the Cowdrey Park British Open. Ochoa jumping past Dylan Bacon and getting the jump on all of the white shirts. It's Ochoa looking for another one. This is what Park Place needed. They needed it earlier in the match. He's got another one. Beautifully done by Hilario. But is it too little too late? One would feel. It's 11 goals to 5. We're back in play. Hilario is back in possession. Goes to the near side. Being tracked here by Diego. The 2 number 3s. And it is Ochoa coming out firing here in this 6th chukker. Finds his teammate. Able to just drop in and pick that one up in front of the Great Oaks defence. But he's been turned around the corner here. Britos, tail backhander out towards Ochoa. Nicely worked. Short measured tail backhand pass out towards the boards. Here comes Hilario. Very slow. And time is of the essence for Park Place. Gone around the corner. Found some space. Still Ochoa. In towards goal. And Hilario's got another one. So Great Oaks just easing off a little bit here, knowing that the game is won, of course, with just 1 minute and 40 seconds remaining on the clock here in this 6th and final chukker. Surely game management just here for the white shirts of Great Oaks, who will be 4 from 4 at the end of this. Played 4, won 4, and Park Place, a disappointing campaign for them. Played 4, won 1, lost 3. Here comes Merlos. Pony just leaping a little bit, but nice control here by the young man. He's played that past Adolfo and then gone for the under the neck shot. Dylan Bacon with a cry of anguish wanted the whistle. Hilario. Whistle there as Diego Kavanagh came flying through. Did he come through the back to steal that ball off Hilario? I think he may well have done, and it's going to be a penalty 5 spot hit in favour of the Blues. Of course, the Blues attacking that end of the field, my mistake. It's been given as a penalty 3. So a chance here for Park Place to get another one back with 1:01 on the clock in the 6th. Ball being teed up here by Hilario. Circling around looking for number 7. Ochoa, couple of practice swings. And he crunches that one. Ooh, the goal judge taking evasive action in the end. Almost collected the goal judge with that power drive. But no damage done. The goal is good as the clock ticks down inside the final minute here in this British Open clash. Don't forget, we've got 2 more matches live on Polo Line TV today. Green Gates take on UAE at 1 p.m. from the lawns at Cowdrey. And then the 4 p.m. clash between White Crane and Valhalla. All to play for in those 2 games. Make sure you're tuned in. They're very important matches, with a couple of teams having 1-1, lost 2, and 2 teams having 1-2 and lost 1. So penalty shootout looming, depending on the results of those 2 afternoon games. But here at Le Lyon, it is the white shirts of Great Oaks who have been absolutely dominant throughout this match. They went 3-0 from the start of the first. A good second chukker from Park Place, who pulled a couple back. And there is the final hooter. 11-7 is the final score. And Great Oaks go marching on. They're 4 from 4 here in the British Open. And they are into the quarterfinals. Quarterfinals, of course, to be played on Saturday. After we get those concluding results this afternoon, we'll know who is going to be taking place in those quarters on Saturday. We have the semi-finals on Wednesday the 17th, one of the great days in the global polo calendar. 2 semi-finals on Wednesday the 17th. And, of course, the final of the British Open Gold Cup from Cowdrey will be on Sunday the 21st of July. Let's have a look at the chukker by chukker. 3-0 at the end of the first, 3-2 at the end of the second. At half-time, it was 5-2 in favour of the Whites, 7-3 at the fourth. 10-3, completely dominated, didn't they, in that 5th chukker. And then Park Place getting a few back as Great Oaks taking their foot off the pedal in the 6th. Final score, 11-7. Congratulations coming in for Porotto Cambiasso. Convincing victory. And a team that looks very, very well drilled indeed. Having narrowly lost that Queen's Cup final, they look like they are on song here.
Well played, man. Thank you very much. Very good, man. Thank you. Your son played me too.
We're going to have a quick look at the best goals and highlights of this match. Nicely worked forward here by Diego. That was for 2-0. This was the under the neck shot, was it, from Hilario? Just a little glimpse of what he can do. Lovely goal that from Ulshoa, who worked the space out to the right and found the angle from range there on the neck shot. Merlos over the top of the backhander, and that one crunched over the top. Porotto, this was the one where he came, stole the ball off Juan Britos inside his own half on the near side, came around the corner and, well, looked so controlled, didn't he, all the way down the field. Here he is again. That was the gift from the back line that they pretty much presented the ball to Cambiasso in off the post. This was the extraordinary moment that Rufino's helmet came flying off. Crazy moment. Don't see that very often. The umpires deciding to blow the whistle for the safety of young Rufino Merlos and roll the ball in. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's the end of our transmission here from Le Lyon. As we, well, say that, we've got one more goal coming through. This is Kean Hall, had a really good match, didn't he? Another one for Kean, scored at least 2, probably 3 goals in the game. Field goals 8-4, 11-8 on the throw-ins. Fouls committed 10-5, 3 out of 3 penalties, 3 out of 6 for Park Place, none out of 2 from the corners, and there were no yellow cards in the match. Make sure you're tuned in for this afternoon's games, live and direct from Cowdrey Park. And until then, it's goodbye from Polo Line.